I don't know how far in this is.
Ryan Keeping is an ultra marathoner. Let's talk about your marathon experience. You mentioned that you're kind of new to the world. How did you get involved in running marathons and then pushing it to these ultra marathons?
So I kind of always ran, like I'd run the Blue Nose or something, but it wasn't like super serious. So it's kind of just always been a life goal of mine is to run ultra marathons. And I've always been really like motivated by people like Terry Fox or David Goggins or these people that like push their physical limits to a point where you're like, man, how is he doing this? So it's just always been something I was talking about. And I was always saying like, man, like my biggest life goal, I want to run like 100 kilometers. I want to do ultra marathons. And excuses came up of I knew how long it was going to, like the training and how much time it was going to take. But eventually I kind of just said, this was back at like the end of June. I said, you know what, like this is something I want to do. So I'm just going to dive in. I'm going to do whatever I possibly can, train as much as possible and see how quick I can get there. So I did, I think I did my first ever 50K in September. And then like 6 days later, I did another 50K and I was just absolutely hooked. And then I did like a 60, and then I ran the 50 kilometer ultra for the Valley Harvest. And then, after that I did a 70, and then I did an 80. And then I went down to the States and did the 50 miler, which is 80 kilometers. And then, I'm going to be jumping up 20 more kilometers to my first ever 100 and just running laps of the commons.
You can learn more about this December 17th event by visiting hoho100k.com. In Halifax, I'm Scott Squires for the Atlantic Sports Wire.